Hi guys, welcome. Danny here from the Magic Junk Drawer. So today I wanted to talk about like the spell work and guarantees. Hang on for 1 second. I gotta get this. The spell work guarantee. People, and I've seen it like on like other people's pages, like people guarantee that things are going to work. I don't believe that there's a guarantee with anything. I mean, when you think about it, you really can't guarantee anything. A spell to me, all right, let's put it this way. 5 people go to the doctor, right? Maybe 4 of those people need penicillin because they have an infection. But the 5th person is allergic to penicillin. Can't have it. Penicillin will not work for him. So every situation is different. Every person is different. Every candle is different. Everything is different. One of the things that I noticed in the last yoga teacher training that I did was, and this is pretty interesting because I don't think it's something that we think of. We all have the same parts, right? But they're all different. Like, look at my hands. I have big hands. I mean, I'm a relatively small person. I'm only like 5'1". I'm a pretty small person, but my hands are pretty big. My head is also pretty big. I know, you can laugh, it's funny. But I make crocheted hats. So I know that the hat that I make for myself is a lot bigger than the average person. I have a big head. I don't know what to tell anyone. It is what it is. Now, I had a friend of mine, this is hysterical. We went to Italy together and we were in like one of those leather shops and we were trying on hats. And like the hat that would like sit like on the top of my head, well, like, and she was a much bigger person than me. She was like 5'8". She was a much bigger person. The hat she puts on and it comes like down to here and like it was like sitting on the top of my head. Like, I just have a really big head and she has a really small head. I don't know. It is what it is. So everything is different. Every situation is different. You go to the doctor, one medication works for somebody, it doesn't work for the other person. One person swears by intermittent fasting, the next person swears by Weight Watchers. You know, it's like everything is different. It's different for everyone, and you have to find what works for you. For me, I think that candle magic it's successful, and I've had luck with it because I feel like it's a way of focusing my energy and really programming what it is that I want. Does it always work? Well, I'm not going to say that it doesn't work because there is no limit. Just because something didn't happen today doesn't mean that it's not going to happen next Tuesday. Like, at what point would you say, well, it didn't happen? You know, I think that that's one of the tough things when it comes to even with readings. It's like, if I have a reading today, right, and the person giving me the reading says, oh, you're going to open up a business. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any plans on doing that. And the person's like, oh, but you will. Well, maybe I don't do it this week or this year. But what if I did it 3 years from now? Would that person be wrong? Would it be the power of suggestion that got in my head that made me do it? Who knows? But the point is that not everything is going to work for everyone in the exact time frame that we want it to happen. And sometimes things take a while. I mean, you know that old expression, you don't know what you have till it's gone? Sometimes that happens in a lot of situations. Sometimes it's not until the one person meets somebody else and moves on does the other person realize what they had. So sometimes those things happen. They're hard life lessons, but unfortunately this is life. So as far as things like being guaranteed or things that are definitely going to happen, there is nothing definite. There's nothing definite. I mean, you can't even count on the weather. I mean, they predict that it's going to be sunny out. I mean, every day, every Friday this summer, it rained. I was trying to go to the beach every Friday. It never happened because it was raining. But earlier in the week, it was showing that Friday was going to be a nice day. So you can't always count on, you know, everything to work in the time frame that you expect it to work in or that you would like it to work in. So you have to think about that, especially if you're thinking about doing a spell or you're thinking about having one done. And the only reason why I tell people to have one done, or why I would go to someone, I would go to someone to have one done if I felt like I couldn't get clear enough for myself. Sometimes, even with card readings, if you're too emotional, you can't read for yourself because you need somebody with a clear head. And even when you're not dealing with tarot cards or spell work, sometimes you have something going on in your head that is so crazy in your head, and then when you verbalize it and you say it to someone else, they're like, that's really not what's happening. So let's take a breath. So if you don't feel like you can get clear enough and you want somebody else to do the spell work for you, that's when I would suggest it. Or if you live in a situation where you can't do it, you know, like maybe you live with your parents or you live with your husband and like these people or your children and they just wouldn't understand, or you don't want to get into it. So it's better off to just have somebody else do it and not have to deal with it, because, you know, sometimes just avoiding it is just easier. But otherwise, any of these spells, anything that I do or that I've made videos on, you guys can do. But as far as guarantees, don't get yourself nervous about it because it didn't happen today. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen tomorrow. And let's face it, things change moment to moment. I mean, sometimes things change so fast, you know, you're like, I didn't see that coming. So if you're interested in having spell work done, or you have a situation that you want me to look into, feel free to email me. If you don't want to post a comment, you know, if you don't want anyone to see it, don't worry, I keep everything confidential. If it's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping secrets. All right, guys, if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, please like and subscribe and share us with your friends. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to email me at leomoon2588@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.